Welcome back, everybody, to the 423 Football Podcast. Today is our KPT BALLAS League of Record Week 10 recap, Week 11 preview show. I'm your host, Brandon Bouchard, joined here, as always, by Brett Hamilton.
Hello!
And Kevin Johnson's back with us today. So, we're going to go through a bunch of news. We got a lot of banged-up players, basically, throughout the league so far. A lot of pieces moving around. We'll go through our own League of Record recap, as always, and then I got a little special surprise for you guys at the end, so...
I'm excited.
Ooh, yeah.
Goodness.
Oh, good. So, first things
What
first.
could it be?
So, first things first. You want to introduce the beer of the week, Brett?
Yeah.
Water.
Or beer of the week. I shouldn't say beer of the week. Beer of the episode.
Yep, it is Dab. It is a Dortmunder. Yes, I know. It's got a great name. It's a Dortmunder export.
Shout out to Migos.
It is from Germany, and its claim to fame is draft quality, which I would agree with.
Shout out to the draft app.
It's a German beer.
I'm trying to get a plug for draft app.
Draft app.
I like it.
Why not? If you're not participating on the draft app, you should drink this while participating on the draft app.
Oh, the beer's got the foam.
I like it.
It's so weird. You're not expecting
It's crisp.
that draft flavor out of a can, but it really
nice
does.
It's nice and crisp.
It's like Quavo in beer form.
There you go. All right. We're going to jump into the news. Got a few noteworthy things to discuss. First thing, Nathan Peterman will start this week in front of Tyrod Taylor.
Boo.
I called it. Did
call
I not
it.
call it?
Yeah.
I mean, if any of
You're
you watched
dumb
the
as the
game,
coach, I
if any of
guess.
you guys watched the game Sunday, Tyrod Taylor was just letting all the rushing yards through. He wasn't plugging those A gaps, man.
He was not the cause of the Saints rushing the ball 24 plays in a row
And shellacking them.
Yeah, it was not pretty, but
no, Tyrod, you're done.
I mean, they've been bashing on the Bills. Seem to be bashing on Tyrod for a couple of years now, and now they actually have a quarterback that's somewhat promising behind them. I think Peterman's good. I mean, we're gonna have to see how it goes. I don't know. He's not going to put up the numbers Tyrod did fantasy wise because Tyrod obviously had the rushing ability. Right. But I think Peterman's definitely a good passer. So I guess we'll see how that works out this week.
I reckon.
Speaking of more quarterback news, Blaine Gabbert expected to start for the Cardinals this week instead of Drew Stanton. Drew Stanton's dealing with an injury right now. So I don't think that's really that much of a downgrade.
doesn't really change much.
I mean, Drew Stanton wasn't doing anything, so
You're going from a D to a D
minus.
it's either going to be a D plus or a D minus. I don't know which one it's going to be.
All right, Will Fuller. He's expected to miss this week with a rib injury. They're talking about Bruce Ellington getting a lot more touches and looks.
Who's their quarterback right now?
Tom Savage.
All right, move on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
Which means of the 4 targets he'll catch one of them.
I mean,
And the other team will catch the other 3.
If you're in a deep like PPR league, I kind of like Bruce Ellington. He scored last week, so maybe something there. Will Fuller hasn't been doing. Obviously, he hasn't done anything really since Watson went down, so I don't really expect Bruce Ellington to do that much either.
Nope.
All right, Tom Montgomery looks like a long shot, apparently, to play this week after not practicing on Thursday. So it might be just Jamal Williams and Devontae Mays. I know I slightly mentioned Devontae Mays a few shows ago.
Deep sleeper.
Yeah. Jamal Williams, they like him a lot. Obviously, he was their first running back selected, even above Aaron Jones.
Yep.
He's more of a hard-nosed physical runner. It's a tough matchup against the Ravens, so I don't know. It's very, very tough for me to say, yes, 100% start him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. People who might be in tough situations, they might need to roll him out there.
The real question is, when does Ripkowski take over?
Yes.
Rip.
Is it a requirement for the Packers to always have a badass fullback's name?
Yes.
Coon.
Rip. Coon is awesome.
Coon and Rip. All right, anyway. Ezekiel Elliott, he has dropped his suspension appeal. So he will serve his 6-game suspension.
Finally over.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It was like a huge weight was just lifted off my shoulders.
Yeah, I was at work the other day and I saw the Sleeper Bot update come in and it said that. I just threw my hands in the air. I was like, yes, it's over. I don't have to talk about it anymore.
No, never talk about it again.
So yeah, he will serve it.
He'll be back to Europe or something.
Yeah. He's going to Europe to clear his mind.
Him and Andrew Luck will probably hang out.
Yeah.
He'll be back for the fantasy playoffs, so we'll have that. Anyway, Terrence West is expected to be back this week after practicing in full on Wednesday. He was dealing with a hamstring injury for about 5 weeks now, I believe. Danny Woodhead is expected to be back as well.
So we have a four-headed monster.
Yeah, they say Alex Collins is still going to be the feature back. We'll see how that goes. There's a lot of guys. I feel like every one of these guys are going to get touches at some point.
Yeah, even when Alex Collins was the feature back, he was getting maybe 12 touches a game. So
it's honestly, the running backs, because the Ravens are playing the Packers this week, it's going to be a weird situation just with all those running backs in that game. All right, Paxton Lynch will be active and the number 2 backup this week. I kind of honestly, because obviously Brock Osweiler is going to be the starter. I think Paxton Lynch. It's not going to take much for Brock Osweiler to lose that job. I think if he goes out there and throws 2 picks early, I think Paxton Lynch will definitely be an option for the Broncos just to throw him in there. Because what else are they going to do? Their quarterback situation is awful
until they sign Tyrod Taylor.
Well, I do want to get y'all's take on this. So over-under in the next 2 years, over-under 50%, Andrew Luck is a Bronco.
Oh my gosh. I like that a lot, but...
History repeats itself.
The Colts moving to the Broncos, he could be, I don't know.
And then he wins 2 Super Bowls.
They definitely have the defense for it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would really be perfect.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like they're going to...
I don't know that the Colts will get rid of him.
In this next draft, they're going to... Colts have been talking about getting rid of him, but in this next draft, I think the Broncos are going to draft a quarterback. So I don't know.
Or they're going to sign Tyrod Taylor.
They already have Lord Brock Osweiler.
Okay. Emmanuel Sanders can play quarterback rather than Brock Osweiler. Anyway, okay. Last bit of news: Aaron Rodgers took snaps from a trainer on Wednesday. He was seen flicking a towel in a throwing motion. So,
Brandon, did you see this?
No, this is.
Do you have a drone in Green Bay?
This is the.
That was the most worthless piece of news I've ever heard.
Hey, I'm just
Aaron Rodgers was seen eating breakfast this morning.
With his
milk on his cereal,
with his right hand, with his throwing shoulder. No, but
he lifted his arm to a 45-degree angle.
Okay, if I would have said instead of a towel, it was a Nerf ball, it would have been basically the same thing. It's just the weight. I'm saying he's using his arm in a throwing motion. It's obviously not the weight of a football, so it's not going to be damaging. Anyway,
you got my jitters up.
Okay,
I'm excited.
All I'm saying is apparently the news in Green Bay is promising for Rodgers. He did some agility work as well. He's planning on a Week 15 return. I still think it remains to be seen. It just depends on where the Packers are in the playoff standings at that point, regardless of Rodgers' health. But if he's healthy and they're close to a playoff position, I fully expect him to be out there. I don't see any chance of him not playing.
Yep.
All right, moving into our League of Record KPT BALLAS Week 10 recap. Here we go. Standings getting tighter and tighter with all 10 teams within 4 games of each other.
I don't like this.
It is scary. I really don't.
I'm really excited. I'm resurgent. A resurgence is happening.
Hey, we'll get to that.
Being important.
We'll get to that. I'm currently at 7-3. I've lost back-to-back games, so I'm
there with you, man.
Yeah, we're falling. Heather and Kevin are at 6-4. Brett, Peyton, Bush are at 5-5. Brett's on a 3-game winning streak, so he's climbing up the boards.
Whoop, whoop.
Joseph and Steele are at 4-6. Joseph's also on a 3-game winning streak, and Charles is at the bottom at 3-7. So
nothing bright to say on that one.
Obviously, anything could happen. Charles is borderline out of it. Joseph and Steele are very well in it, I believe, if they get the right wins and the right people lose. But anyway, I got 3 awards to give out. I got the pickup of the week. Pickup of the week is going to our very own Brett Hamilton.
Yes! Thank you, one play.
You already know. Marquis Goodwin, 83-yard touchdown. We talked about that the other day.
16.7 points in one play.
Also, awesome moment. If you guys haven't seen the video, Marquis Goodwin, very, very cool story.
Yeah.
Well, not cool story, but heartbreaking
Inspiring story.
Yeah, that was pretty intense, but... Yeah, it was my flyer of the week because Mike Evans was suspended for the one game, so I had to plug someone in. And
man, did it work out! Yeah. One play, it works.
Yeah.
We also have the comeback of the week award going to Steele. He scored 68 points combined from Sunday and Monday night to defeat me by 14 points.
Based Cam Newton.
Oh my gosh!
Looked like the MVP.
Cam Newton. Because I had
he's on bye this week and I play Josh.
I had 2 different matchups in 2 different leagues going into like the Monday night and the Monday night game, I should say, and they were super close and they could have gone either way. Like I had a slim chance. And I thought it was okay because Devin Funchess was doing pretty well. Devontae Parker did okay. I had Graham Gano in one league. It was looking okay. And then literally Kenyon Drake breaks off like a 70-yard run, and then Cam Newton breaks off like a 62-yard run. I'm like, okay. Like it was literally like back-to-back plays. Kenyon Drake scored that touchdown, and then Cam Newton ran the 60-yard.
You're like, well, there goes that week.
Literally, like in a matter of seconds, I just shut the game off. I couldn't handle it. It was
wow.
It was heartbreaking.
That's bad.
All right, one more award. I'm giving Unreal Combination Award to Matt. Matt had Robert Woods and Adam Thielen.
Robert Woods, what is?
How about that? How about that combination? You tell me that combination after week 1, and I'd be like, nope, you're crazy.
Yeah.
But 52,
especially with Diggs blowing up the first game.
52 combined points between those two. Obviously, you've heard me rant about Adam Thielen the past couple weeks.
Man can play some football.
He can.
The man can ball. Robert Woods,
sure-handed.
Dude, that catch on the goal line where he just snagged it out of the air, that was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, he had the defender had his hands all over it, and he just didn't once even look like it was moving.
Yeah. All right. Moving into our waiver wire ads of the week. It was kind of a busy week. A lot of players getting injured, and a lot of players stepping up into more prominent roles and coming back from IR. So, that being said, I pick up Samaje Perine. Hopefully, he'll have some prominent role in the Redskins' backfield. And I pick up D.D. Westbrook. Brett picks up Jamal Williams and Jeremy Maclin. Matt picks up Danny Woodhead, Vernon Davis. Bush gets Alex Collins and Rex Burkhead. And Kevin gets Jared Cook and Austin Eckler. So, the only thing I want to ask about the waiver wire this week, I guess it's more of it's more of a question to myself. But obviously, what waiver priority did you have this week, Brett?
Either 4 or 5.
Okay, so I had 2, and Samaje Perine and Jamal Williams were obviously the big 2 acquisitions this week.
Yeah,
I picked up Samaje Perine. I could have had Jamal Williams, but I picked Perine up.
Fan.
Yeah, I picked Perine up in front of Jamal Williams. I just think, obviously, Rob Kelly is out for the year, so we know Perine's going to have some role going forward. The only problem I have with Jamal Williams is, one, obviously, the offense is not as near as prolific as with Aaron Rodgers. And 2, Ty Montgomery could easily be back within even this week or weeks to come, so that's going to take away. And then Aaron Jones could be back for the fantasy playoffs as well. Mm-hmm. So that was my thinking going into picking up Perine over Williams.
Yeah, if you're looking for a longer-term solution, I would go Perine. I don't think Jamal Williams has a long-standing value. Honestly picked him up because of my flex. We've got some questions on I'm tormented on who I should start, so I picked him up for that and a possible trade target.
Yeah, I still think Jamal is going to do pretty well. I think he's going to be fine. He's going to get
I expect Tom Montgomery to be out. And that was also another reason why
I think he's going to get a ton of touches, but I just like P. Ryan. I've liked P. Ryan all year. I think he's one of the...
You drafted him, didn't you?
I did draft him. I drafted him right before Kareem Hunt, actually.
Boo early drafts. Never again.
Never again.
Anyway, moving into our Week 11 matchups. We got me playing Kevin.
I will slaughter you, or I'll cry.
We got some good matchups.
We have our pretty much our full rosters ready. We're going for it.
Yeah. Me and Kevin. I'm obviously in first right now. Kevin's in third, so that's a big matchup. And we also have Heather and Matt playing. Heather's in second, Matt's in fourth. So we got 1 through 4 matching up against each other.
Playoffs, maybe.
It's gonna get tight. That's why a lot of these other guys could slip in there. So Brett and Steele are gonna be playing each other.
I'm gonna crush him.
Charles and Joseph playing each other, and Peyton and Bush. Okay, I said I had a surprise for you guys.
I'm excited.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Dad, what is it?
All right. Instead of trivia this week,
Oh god, he has a binder, guys.
I have a binder. I'm going to lift the binder. We have Jeopardy.
Oh shit! I just cussed. I'm sorry.
That's gonna be
It's
awesome.
because of the dab.
Okay. Here we go.
This is gonna be awesome.
We have 3 categories. We've got quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and obviously we got Final Jeopardy at the very end. So, 3 categories. QB's
Am I allowed to have players up? Because I do.
Preferably not.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
cheater.
Yeah, Kevin's been doing this
All
freehand.
natural, baby. Swing low, swing chariots.
All right, QBs, running backs, wide receivers. We got 100, 200, and 400. I will give you a hint that the 400 questions have nothing, or I wouldn't say nothing to do with fantasy, but they have nothing to do with current players.
Ooh, saucy.
So you have to pick a. So wait. So all of these cards are players.
Not necessarily,
Oh.
but we'll just see how it goes.
Okay.
So,
well, I'll just. Okay. That's fine.
I have a coin here. We'll flip to see who gets the board.
Heads.
Okay.
I call Billy.
All right, Brett's got heads. Here we go.
Is that a penny? What's wrong with
It
you?
is a penny. Brett gets heads.
Yes.
That's the only thing. That's the first thing I reach for. Okay,
Okay.
Brett, the board is yours.
Running backs for 200.
Ooh, go in the
All
middle.
right, going in the middle. All right.
Bingo. Wait, is it just whoever answers first?
No,
does Brett get priority?
Brett gets priority.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
Is there like a timer? Like, do I get like 10 seconds or whatever?
Yes, there's always a timer.
Oh my
All
gosh.
right, anyway, okay. I am the only running back with 4 rushing and 4 receiving touchdowns on the year. And I'm the only top 5 running back without a fumble.
Todd Gurley.
No.
So does it see
So, okay, yeah.
And
it goes-
speaking of, it should be who is Todd Gurley?
Who is Melvin
Oh
Gordon?
my gosh.
Melvin Gordon is correct. Kevin gets 200.
Dab.
200 for Kevin. All right, Kevin, the board is yours.
I would like running backs for 100, please.
Since week 4, I am the 5th highest scoring running back in standard, although I have a teammate who has scored more than me.
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara.
That was
Alvin
easy.
Kamara?
Who
Who
is
is
that?
that?
Well, I guess
Yeah,
that was
I should-
100.
yeah.
That was really
Next,
easy.
next time you don't say who is, it's coming off your points. All right, Kevin's sitting there with
I
300
should have
points.
gone with the 100. That was
All right.
easy.
I would like QBs for 100, please. Alex?
QBs for 100. Actually, I don't know why I said it's just your board. Whoever answers first, yeah. That was stupid. QBs for 100, though?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. Although I'm known for being a prolific passer, I have just 2 20-point fantasy games this year.
Who is Drew Brees?
Who is Drew Brees is correct. Brett, you need
good.
Because he's on my team and it's
to ice up, son.
Well,
Right.
I can't answer unless you. Well,
No, you can answer.
So it's free game now.
oh.
Brandon's changing the rules on us.
Sorry.
Okay.
Who is wide receivers for 100?
Okay. I am 5th in receiving yards, but have scored only 1 touchdown on the year.
Ooh.
Who is Adam Thielen?
No.
Who is
How is this 100?
in yards?
5th in receiving yards, only 1 touchdown.
Who is Golden Tate?
No.
No, he has like 3.
Nope. I'll give you one more guess each. It's not that hard. One touchdown.
Oh, who was Julio Jones?
There we go. Julio Jones.
I honestly didn't think he was 5th in receiving. I didn't think.
I didn't think he was that high up.
He's
in
getting
yards.
the yards. Just obviously, he still isn't getting any of those goal lines.
I mean, why throw to your 6'3" freak of nature athlete in the red zone?
Exactly.
Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right, Kevin, board's yours.
With like wide receivers for 200, please.
All right. You're saving the 400s.
I'm scared of them. I'm bad at those.
All right. 2 teams have multiple players with more than 5 receiving touchdowns. The Texans are one of those teams. What is the other?
Who is...
Who are the Saints?
Eagles.
No.
Who is the Rams?
No.
5 receiving touchdowns?
5 receiving touchdowns from 2 different players.
Oh, from 2 different players.
Yes.
On the year.
On the year.
Who
Texans
is...
are 1. What's the other?
Who is Raiders?
No. One more guess for Kevin.
5.
Ooh.
Who are the Vikings?
Wrong. It's the Packers. Devontae
Really?
Adams
Devontae
has
Jordy.
6. Jordy has 6. So,
Wow, okay.
yeah, no one gets that one. All right, Kevin, since you missed that one, we're moving to Brett. Brett gets the board.
Oh, whatever, man. Whatever.
Oh.
Like it matters.
Yeah. QB's 200.
We're going to need a big comeback from...
Yeah.
I'm not going to be good at the 400s.
All right. I'm the only QB that is top 5 in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and rushing yards. So passing yards, passing touchdowns, rushing yards.
Who is Carson Wentz?
No.
Top 5?
Yes, top 5 in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and rushing yards.
Who is Jared Goff?
No.
Who is Russell Wilson?
Russell Wilson is correct.
That's pretty obvious.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will say Jared Goff, I saw a stat today. Only 4 quarterbacks since 2000 have had 2 back-to-back games with 600 yards combined. I think it was like 8 touchdowns combined, or 7 touchdowns combined, and a passer rating of above 140. 4 quarterbacks are Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Aaron Rodgers, and Jared Goff.
That's some decent
Wow.
company.
That's a nice list right there.
Speaking of Jared Goff, have you guys seen how the Rams do, what the Rams audibles are?
No.
They're like, Ric Flair, Obama. Like, not even kidding. Those are like Tupac. Those are their audibles. It's hilarious.
Hey, when
you should look them up.
Hey, when you have a head coach that's like basically
our
our
age.
age, then you're good to go. All right, Brett, you have the board. We got the 400s left. QBs, running backs, receivers.
I'm going to go QB's 400.
Here we go.
Bees?
All right. Peyton Manning has the most with 5 MVPs. Johnny Unitas is tied with this person for the second most with 3.
Tom Brady.
Who's Tom
Brady?
No.
Ooh. Who is...
Tom Brady has 2.
Who is Dan Marino?
Wrong.
Who is... Ooh. Did you give the number?
Yes, 3 MVP awards.
I'll wait.
Tied with Johnny
I'll wait for
Unitas.
Mm.
This is big. Get you back in the game.
Yeah, I know. Who is... Oh, man. Who is...
Come on, say it. Say it.
Come on, man.
You got this.
Who is... John Elway?
No.
Who is Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Blast. Well, they're
I'm
not
calling it.
they're
I'm
not
calling it.
current players.
I'm calling it. It's not current players. It's Brett Favre. Brett Favre with 3.
Brett Favre.
I thought you were about to say
Yeah,
it.
I really was.
Yeah, I heard like a
He's gonna go
coming
Warren
out.
Moon. But
Warren Moon. Yeah. Obviously, Manning's got 5. Unitas has 3. Favre has 3. Brady has 2. I don't know if anyone else has 2. I can't remember.
you can tell it's regular season when Peyton Manning has the most. Am I right?
All right, Kevin. Running backs or receivers?
Running backs.
Running backs for 400. All right. Only 2 players have rushed for more than 20 touchdowns twice in a season. Name one of these players.
Who is LaDainian Tomlinson?
No.
Who is Ezekiel Elliott?
No.
Who is Sean Alexander?
No.
Twenty touchdowns.
20 touchdowns twice. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Twice.
Yeah, twice. So LaDainian had 28 1 year, but that was
who is-
only
28 touchdowns. That's absurd.
because LaDainian Tomlinson.
absurd.
Who is Barry Sanders?
No. I'll give you guys a hint because we got to make this interesting. All right, one's a Chief, one's a Cowboy.
Who is Priest Holmes?
Priest Holmes is right. You got the Chief, not the Cowboy.
Cowboy's
I
Emmitt
was-
Smith.
Emmitt Smith. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, Brett, you got to get this one to stay in the game. This is the last question. Wide receivers for 400. I have the record for receiving yards in a season with 1,964, and I played on an 0-16 team.
Who is Chris Chambers?
No.
Who is Josh Gordon?
No.
I wish.
Yeah. If he played a full season, he probably would.
Most receiving yards in a season.
Yeah, he has the record.
And has played on an 0-16. Oh, Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson. Yeah.
Really? 0-6?
0-16, 0-16, yeah.
Lions did like 09, like 2010 or something.
Yeah, with like
Wow.
David Harrington or something like that.
Oh,
or Joey
okay.
Harrington. I can't remember his name.
Completely missed
Man, they
that.
were bad.
That's crazy.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure Kevin already won.
Oh, yeah. I got 200 points.
But anyway, we have a final Jeopardy question.
Ooh, I like this.
Let's see. Do you have your phones out? Because you're gonna have to write something down. I should have mentioned this before.
I
got
got
Or
paper.
You can figure something out. Paper.
I'll write
There's a
the
pencil.
blood.
Right. Okay. Final Jeopardy question. Kevin already won, but we'll do this for fun. All right.
I wager it all to make it even.
All right. There are 6 active running backs with over 9,000 career rushing yards. Name them. Whoever gets the most wins.
Active running backs?
Yes, active running back. There's 6 of them. So name 6 players with 9,000 career rushing yards, and they have to be active.
Okay.
It's got to be 6 of them. It could be anybody. And while these guys are writing it down, I just want to say
We love you.
we do love you.
We love you, Dark Continent. Good night.
Thank you, Ace Ventura. But no, next week is obviously Thanksgiving. I know a lot of podcasts will be broken up, and a lot of people won't have podcasts coming out next week. But unlike those podcasts, we'll still be with you. So we're going to still have our Wednesday, Thursday, Friday show. I don't know if it'll be just me or what you guys have going on, but I know we will have 3 episodes next week, so don't worry about that. You got how are you guys doing on your guesses? You gotta get 6
I'm like
names.
halfway blanking. This is actually more difficult
Yeah.
than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the old boys. but-
Them old running backs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Who are the really old ones?
And I also want to mention, obviously not this week or this next week with Thanksgiving, but the weekend or the week after that, we will actually be going to, or me, Brett, Steele, Peyton, and actually Joseph, a bunch of our league mates, will be going to Green Bay, Wisconsin, officially,
Where it is cold.
where it is cold. Hopefully, it better snow and not rain.
I hope it snows.
Yeah, but we will be going to Green Bay, Wisconsin to watch the Packers take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Guess who I'm picking for that week?
I wonder. Hey, we got to make a deal. Our fantasy rosters can only be Packer and Buccaneer players.
That would be awesome, but no, I don't want to throw the league, especially when I'm going to come back and win.
Yeah, it's getting close. But yeah, obviously we bought these tickets before Aaron Rodgers' injury happened, so obviously that's disappointing. But still, it's gonna be fun.
I'm a Panthers fan, and the only NFL game I've ever went to was played by Derek Anderson. So
Very true.
Cam had to just get in a car crash.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
did,
Now.
yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awful. I was
Yeah.
so mad.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever been that dude. I was so I had the
Baseball pants.
worst baseball pants. Baseball pants.
Yeah, that was a bad day for you. You were very intoxicated, and the Packers lost.
Yeah, I was.
And didn't Jordy get hurt that game?
No, he didn't get hurt, but he dropped like a 90-yard touchdown.
Yeah,
so
that'll do it too.
Whoa.
that's bad too. But yeah, speaking, I just want the baseball pants thing. I just want to say there's like we were sitting like literally like 6 rows from the top at the Panther Stadium for that game, and some guy he was he was gone, just gone. And he was wearing like a pinstriped Yankees jersey and baseball pants, and at least 20 times during the game, he just stands up and goes, "Baseball pants, baseball pants," and literally everyone around us started chanting that. But that was so funny.
Wow.
You guys pretty.
I've got 6 names. There's no way that I am getting
Hey, it's whoever gets the most.
I've got 3.
This is far more difficult than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I have trouble focusing when there's pressure on.
The pressure is definitely on.
Yeah.
I will say another shout out to this beer.
What do you think about
this? Is a fine German bad.
Hey, would you say is draft quality? I've never heard anyone claiming that out of a can.
Easily the smoothest beer I've ever drank out of a can.
I can see that.
You can't talk right now.
It
you
is.
Have to think.
It is slippery, if you will.
It's slippery.
I'm going to start naming Migos songs to describe this beer.
When in doubt, just think of a Migos song.
This beer is like a motorsport.
Oh my gosh. It makes money moves.
It does make money moves, just like my team. This week, I'm playing Brandon, though, so I'm going to make some bloody moves. I got some red bottoms.
If I win this week, I feel comfortable. If I don't, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble.
Drew Brees is going to blow up.
Russell
Probably
Wilson,
not. They're going to have like 18 rushing touchdowns.
Hey, the question, or when was it? Yeah, Drew Brees only has 2 20-point games this year. Oh, speaking of, obviously you're the Panther fan. Some dude in our work league, he dropped Cam Newton this week.
This week?
He dropped him after the 35-point game.
I mean, I've dropped him after week 2 out of principle.
Yeah.
I do regret it. But,
yeah.
I mean, I don't regret I don't think I was wrong in my decision. I do regret it in hindsight. But.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, Cam has the bye this week, and my quarterbacks so far in that league are Jared Goff and Tyrod Taylor. Woo. So I'm picking up Cam.
Putting in a little waiver.
I'm picking up Cam.
You know, when Brandon is picking up Cam, it is desperation.
There are no other options.
The only man in the NFL that Brandon hates more than Cam Newton is probably Tom Brady.
Yeah, that's actually pretty accurate.
That is very true. How you doing over there, Brett? How many names?
I'm up to 4.
Oh my gosh!
While Brett's doing that,
just think of old running backs.
I know. I'm trying.
While Brett's doing that, I won't advertise any other fantasy podcasts because this is all the information you need. But you should check out the 30 for 30 podcast and check out the episode Hoodies Up. Very good episode about the aftermath of the Trayvon Martin murders and the impact that sports and athletes have on society as a whole.
Yeah, I love getting that aspect. Obviously, we're a fantasy podcast. We don't get to dip into that much, but I like hearing stuff like that. There's a lot of shows that, like First Take. Obviously, they're not like anything fantasy related that much. And even one of my favorites is Nick Wright and Chris Carter. Hearing them speak.
Nick Wright is my boy.
I love Nick Wright.
He speaks the truth about our King James.
LeBron. Yeah. I honestly, literally, Nick Wright, because obviously I've been like not really a King James doubter. I just hate the comparison between him and Jordan.
Yeah.
But Nick Wright
he
has opened up my eyes.
He is the best argumentative person about LeBron James I've ever heard. Like the way he goes about it is so much more intelligent than everybody else because. Like, I saw a big video about him, or a long video about him the other day, and he went on a quick rant where he's like, it's not about numbers, because then Bill Russell will be the best, and it's not about points, because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would be the best. It's about basketball ability, and you'd have to be blind and dumb to think that LeBron James is not the most dominant player to ever step on a basketball court.
See, that's why I think it's kind of like the obviously you said Bill Russell with the
like 11 rings.
Yeah, that's what I kind of like in football. I kind of compare like obviously like Brett Favre and I guess Peyton Manning now, but they're the most. They have all the records.
Yeah.
Brady's easily the most accomplished.
Yeah.
Him and Montana.
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers is like. LeBron, and that he's the most talented.
Yeah, like I'll go to my. I love Brady. I love watching him play. I love watching greatness. That's my thing in sports. Like, but I will go to my grave saying that Aaron Rodgers makes throws that no person who has ever been born could make. Like he is the best technical quarterback, and like He knows as much about the game as Peyton Manning. He can make throws like Dan Marino. He can do things that no one else can.
Yeah. And he's honestly, like, obviously we've seen him early on in his career. He was more of a pocket passer, but he changed the game, and the fact that he can scramble and still make throws at ridiculous angles.
Like guys like Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson wouldn't play the way they do without having watched Aaron Rodgers
or
play.
Carson Wentz. Yeah, Carson Wentz is
all those guys have learned from Aaron Rodgers just being a thing.
Yeah.
You can see that in NBA. People like Giannis and all these people play like LeBron because they watched him play when they were growing up.
Yeah, I'm sure like everyone said this at least once in their life. But I honestly believe at this point, obviously we don't know what the future is going to be, but we are in the golden age of sports.
We have the privilege of watching the best athletes of all time play their respective sports.
Yeah, I mean,
Serena Williams is the best tennis player of all time. Tiger Woods is arguably the best golfer of all time in his prime. LeBron James is the best basketball player of all time. Aaron Rodgers is the best football player of all time, besides maybe like Jerry Rice. I mean, the list goes on. Well, Michael Phelps is just absurd.
Yeah, hockey's the only thing we can't argue. Gretzky's
Wayne Gretzky will forever be the best because that's just insane.
You almost done over there?
I'm blanking, man.
How many names you got?
5. I only need
5?
one more.
One more. Come on now.
I'm just
shouldn't be that hard.
What all-time great
really
baseball players have we watched? Rivera.
Aaron Judge, am I right?
Amen.
Hey, we're close to seeing if he gets the MVP.
I mean, granted, we do get to watch the rise of like Trout, Harper, and Kershaw and all those guys.
I don't know. Baseball's a little. I feel like we're not in that.
Baseball's also really hard to judge because it is such a diverse game. Because like who's the best baseball player ever? Like if you said Babe Ruth or Hank Aaron or Willie Mays
if you
or
say
Pete Rose,
if you say Babe Ruth, you're right.
Ted Williams or any of these guys, you'd be right. Like it's not like these other sports where there is a definitive answer. Like football, most people are going to say like Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Boxing, everyone's going to say Ali, even though it's probably or arguably Floyd Mayweather too. Like you don't go 50-0 and face every good competition and not be in the conversation for best ever.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm done. It's
done?
so bad. This is an awful question.
Hey, okay, here we go. It's been a few minutes since we asked the question.
Welcome to your first episode of the 423 Sports Podcast.
Yeah. we have transferred over from fantasy. All right. Question was: there are 6 active running backs with over 9,000 career rushing yards.
Can we read our answers first before you read?
Yes.
The actual ones. Okay, I put down Adrian Peterson, Chris Johnson, Jonathan Stewart, Le'Veon Bell, Frank Gore, and Matt Forte.
Brett, who are yours?
Let's see. I got all the same ones except, let's see. I put Le'Veon Bell.
Beast Mode. I forgot about Beast Mode.
Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, Frank Gore, Matt Forte, and LaShawn McCoy.
Ooh, I think you got it.
What were those again?
I think you got all 6.
Le'Veon Bell, Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, Frank Gore, Matt Forte, and LaShawn McCoy.
Brett wins.
Do you get 5?
He got 5.
It's not Le'Veon, is it?
Le'Veon was not in it.
Yeah, he's probably got like 8.
Le'Veon
I thought he was too young. Yeah. That's the only thing.
Brett got it. Obviously, Kevin won because he had the points, but Brett got the last question. But anyway, Frank Gore, Frank Gore was up there.
He will never stop playing.
Adrian Peterson, Matt Forte, Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson was the one Kevin got.
Yeah, I know.
LaShawn McCoy and Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of Beast Mode or Shady. Like that was just bad.
I thought about.
Le'Veon Chris Johnson. He hasn't been there that long.
I thought about Chris Johnson.
Been there, 4 years?
Granted,
he's never had a 2,000-yard rushing season, so that doesn't make
any sense.
Math is hard, okay?
I thought about Chris Johnson, but since he's not on a team, I didn't.
CJ2K, man.
Yeah, you just got to think of the old dudes that have had prominent roles.
Yeah, but he's not on a team, so that's why I didn't put it.
CJ2K.
He's active, though.
His name
is that's fine.
Chris Johnson 2000.
He was on a team this year, so...
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's okay.
I think, I'm trying to think of the guys that were close up there. I think Jamal Charles was next.
Yeah, he's got to be close.
I think Jonathan Stewart was pretty close.
I mean, just on like volume of playing. Whenever it was him and D'Angelo Williams, like they would always get 1,000 yards each, which was unheard of at that time. But.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, Kevin wins the first ever Jeopardy game on the 423 Football Podcast. Hopefully you guys had fun
Yep, that was a good
answering questions as well. Hopefully we didn't ramble too long.
Also, if you want to hear a podcast about our ramblings, let us know.
we will be sure to ramble. All right, so yeah, that's going to be all for today. Just a reminder, go check out our previous 2 shows from the week, our Week 10 recap and our Week 11 preview shows. We got our coveted starts and sits over there. Obviously, I mentioned Thanksgiving this next coming week. We'll be here for all 3 episodes. So, if you want to hear more from us outside of the podcast, make sure you follow us on Twitter and Facebook at the 423 Football Podcast. Leave your comments and questions. We'd love to have some sort of mailbag segment at some point. I don't know. Eventually, if people can actually get us questions in, reviews, anything like that. So, share us with the world. Thanks for listening. We are the 423 Football Podcast.
Peace out.
Dab on them haters.